Most of all, I really hope you watch to the end of this video. I have a really important message for everybody regarding this mask. This is something that people are not talking about enough, but needs to be discussed. Be sure to watch to the end. Should you get the CurrentBody LED Series 2 mask? Or should you save a bit of money and get the Series 1 mask? I own both of them, so I'm going to talk you through some of the differences between them, and it's not all just down to cost. Let's get into it. I never say this in my videos, but I would really appreciate if you watch through to the end because there's something really important that nobody's been talking about, and we need to discuss it. Stay tuned to the end. This is the underside of the CurrentBody Series 2 mask. This is the $469 one. This is the CurrentBody Series 1 mask, and this one goes for a little bit less. It is $380. Of course, don't pay it full retail price. I have a code for it, or look around online for a code, link in the description, and also the comments. They look pretty similar, but there is a difference. I'm going to tell you what it is. One of the first things I noticed about this newer one, and you'll see it too once we actually get a good look, hopefully this is picking up well, is that this one, the Series 2, has more lights. If you look from the middle of the eye holes, I counted and there's just a lot more lights. This is the forehead area. I'm going to go from about the middle of the eyes. There's basically 20 right here in the forehead area. And the brand rep told me that they've added 16 extra deep near-infrared bulbs around the eyes and mouth where signs of aging are more pronounced. So we know that they've added more bulbs there and there. By contrast, if we check this one, from the middle of the eye to the middle of the eye, there is, let's see, so 11 in this one. So fewer in the forehead area, which is my particular area of concern. I've been using the CurrentBody Series 1 mask for about 2 years now. I mean, not every day, on and off. And so that's the thing. You're supposed to stay consistent with them. I'm less experienced with the Series 2 because I just got that a couple weeks ago. And though I have been using it nearly daily, I haven't really noticed a difference in terms of how my skin looks. It's just too soon. Even though I can't comment on how one might be better on my skin than the other, what I can say is there have been some immediate differences in between how they feel using them. One thing I've noticed about the Series 2 is that it just fits on my face better. I can wear it and do stuff around the house a little bit more easy, but with the Series 1, my face is already pretty flat. I find that the Series 1 has a bit of a tendency to slide down a little bit, whereas the 2 just hugs my face really nicely. It could be down to the Velcro straps being a bit thicker. I'm not exactly sure. Some people have been finding the opposite problem, and we'll talk about that toward the end of the video. I'm just using Merit makeup products today. When it comes to traveling, the Series 2, everything about it is larger. The molded face means that it doesn't lay completely flat. This power source is chunkier, although it's nice that it does have the clip. It just weighs more. Everything about this is bigger. The straps are bigger. It just takes up more space. The upside of the Series 1 is that it lays completely flat. Everything about it is a little bit more minimal. This is more modular, so it comes apart, the power source and the cord, whereas if you see back over here, these ones are stuck together. So these are all connected and you can't take it apart. If you're planning on traveling with this, I'm going to say that this one is just that little bit easier to take with you. What I do love about both of them is that they're soft and kind of wiggly and they mold to your face. I don't have one of the ones that are like the hard cage looking one, but I just know that that's not going to be as comfortable. I can just look at it and tell. I'd rather have one that conforms to my face. It feels much more like wearing a sheet mask, and I like that feeling. Some users are saying they're having problems with this mask or the Series 2 sliding down their faces and not being able to get the best fit. Well, I mean, you can adjust these, but even if you adjust the Velcro straps and it's still sliding down, I would strongly suggest you take this as your cue. If you've already purchased this and you want to keep using it, to wear it and use the time to catch up on your reading. Another key difference between them, this is Merit's Minimalistic in Ochre, is that the Series 1 has 2 LED wavelengths, where the new Series 3, which only came out in October, has 3 different LED wavelengths. Whether that makes a big difference or not, it's just far too soon for me to comment on whether I'm seeing any difference in my skin. One thing I have seen though, and I will never make a skin claim that is not true, after 2 weeks of near daily use with the Series 2, my skin kind of looks the same, but the texture is slightly different and it is more receptive to skincare. And it's the only thing that I've changed in my routine. I'm using the same serum, the same medication, which is different. Different is a type of retinol. Nothing else has changed, but my skin is just a bit softer. So maybe it's the mask. It would be nice if it were. But all of a sudden now when I'm putting on moisturizer and serum, it's just sinking in much more nicely into my skin. Another fun fact is with the Series 1, the mouth hole is actually big enough for you to drink your morning coffee through. Whereas the Series 2, because it has a design that's got more lights around the mouth, there's a smaller mouth hole, and so this is not big enough to get the coffee through, unless you use a straw, of course. I think they're both good. I think that there's a travel advantage to using the Series 1. It's just much flatter. Obviously, there's the price advantage. It costs less money as well. Just based on such a long experience of using the Series 1 versus Series 2, I still like the Series 2 a bit better because for my face shape, it just hugs it really nice. I like how the eye shields make the whole thing sit really nicely, and I love that there's more lights in the forehead area. The eyes and the mouth are less of a concern for me. That's where they've really bumped up the technology, but just even having more in the forehead, that's exactly like right here, that's exactly where I would like to target. And here to some extent too, I would love to have some more collagen buildup. I can't comment on that right now because it's just so early in using the Series 2. And just keeping it 100% real, like it hasn't rejuvenated my face to make me look 15 years younger. Like, we have to also be realistic about the results. Does it look better? It's sort of hard to say because I don't have like a contrast. I don't have two faces. I have one face. I have the one face where I've tried the mask. So it's not like I have the face that didn't try the mask. Hopefully it's been doing something over this time. Just interjection, if you're enjoying this video so far, I'll do a more in-depth review with some close-ups of my skin before and after, so make sure you like and subscribe so you can stay tuned to that. I mean, if you really want to get smart about this stuff, one of the best pieces of advice I think I ever read, probably on a beauty Reddit community, was to just save your money. Don't spend your money on fillers or masks or anything like that. Save your money for a facelift 10 years down the line. So look, I think there is some wisdom in that, but it's also just fun to play with LED devices, right? And see if you get any results because they're non-invasive. This is also kind of weird, but because they're quite bright, I find that they actually even help me in the winter months feel a little bit more peppy because I definitely suffer from not seasonal affective disorder, but something approaching the winter blues. And when I do use the mask, I noticed I'm a little bit more energetic, as I am this morning because I put my mask on before I film this. Now, another thing that bears mentioning is that there's a whole category of people who should not be using this LED device or probably any LED device. You might be surprised who's on the list, and I think that that's something that is just not discussed enough here on YouTube. I spoke about that at length in my other unboxing video, so I'll be sure to link that one up. Have a look and see if you fall into one of those categories you'll want to know before you buy. There's something else I want to talk to you about, and it's actually the real reason that I made this video. I see this addressed once in a while, but not everybody's talking about it, and they should be, in which case I have to start with a disclosure first. This is not an ad. This is not sponsored. CurrentBody has never asked me to even make a video. They've just given me these units. I can say whatever I like. They didn't get to see this video before I made it. These products were gifted. I've never purchased an LED mask, and so that's what I want to talk about. CurrentBody as a company, they're a company based in London, England. They've been around since 2009. They have a really nice long history of being a reputable company. But that said, and this is not unique to this mask or this company, I really want you to read the return policy carefully. Some people have been saying that the mask doesn't fit them great. They don't have an issue with how it works, but because it doesn't fit them great, they want to return it. And I don't think you can do that after it's been opened. If I am looking online and I'm seeing a 60-day money-back guarantee, what it says exactly is that if within 60 days you're not completely satisfied with your purchase, you can return the item and receive a refund minus a 10% restocking fee. This is not unusual in the world of electronics. I checked in with other YouTubers in the beauty community who specialize in masks, and apparently, yes, this is quite common, and you do see people leaving comments, not so much in my videos, but in their videos about how they're maybe a little bit unhappy, they haven't been able to return it, but definitely you want to read and understand the return policies before you splash out because it's a lot of money. These are not cheap. If I didn't mention that, I would just have to live with the guilt of people possibly purchasing and not being able to return things. So I'm just glad that I've done at least my due diligence, and so my conscience now is clear. And it also has a 2-year warranty. So one thing that's not clear to me is the people who are commenting whether they have just exceeded that 60-day period. I would imagine so, because it seems like if they're not liking it, it literally says if you're not completely satisfied, you're entitled to a refund minus that restocking fee. So if you have experience dealing with this, please do drop it down below in the comments and tell us exactly what your experience has been. I'm also seeing a general return policy where if you have it and you've purchased it and you haven't opened it within 30 days, you can send it back and you don't get charged the restocking fee. That's how I'm interpreting this. Now, I know I didn't dig down deep into the specs, and that's because I'm not a specifications expert by any means. I have only ever owned these two masks. I'm going to leave a link to CurrentBody to a page where it should pop up both of the different masks, and then you can just flip from one to the other and do a deep dive yourself. I think the key takeaways are the Series 1 original mask has 2 LED wavelengths, and the updated Series 2 mask has 3 LED wavelengths. I know that they've also introduced something called Veritas technology where it's more traceable. They give you a card and you use your phone to have a look at the testing and background information on your particular mask. So that's cool. The Series 1 does not have that as far as I know. So hopefully this has helped you make a buying decision. I'm going to put up all the other CurrentBody videos I've made in case you want to see these. I've been using them for 2 years now. And also I vlog. So if you want to check out a bit about my life, more about me, I'll put that up as well. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.